Hi, Ivana. Thanks very much indeed for taking the time to do this interview. How are things going now that you've opened T2 Social? I understand on your first Saturday you had 3,000 people through the door. That's pretty good going.
Yeah, we're absolutely delighted to be open. T Squared Social has been a project that's been in the mix for a while, and we know that people were excited, and we saw the evidence of that on Saturday, the weekend of the Dunhill. The weather didn't help because the competition only managed one hole, and then suddenly it was all closed off, so that meant over 3,000 people came through our doors on the Saturday. So that was an experience, and it was a fun one, and it definitely showed what we can do in terms of the size of this venue and in terms of what we can provide for people. So it was a lovely experience opening.
So you've had a soft opening. Have you got any more plans for a more formal opening?
Nothing concrete as yet. The plan is basically we want to find our feet. We are a mix of different businesses almost. We have food, we have beverage, we've got sports simulators, we have darts. Our cinema is going to be up and running again soon, and then we'll also be doing events as well, both for the local people and for students. So something that we really want to do is capture and provide something for everyone, but we don't want to do everything at once. That would have been impossible, and we would have fallen flat on our face and not provided the best experience for people. So we want to make sure that we bed in and get to know our community and get the community to know us, so then we're in a better place than whenever, if we wanted to do a more grand opening, then we're ready for it.
So I noticed that the building feels and looks fully finished, but is it? Have you got more plans to open more bits, or are you now completely finished?
Like everything, it's a 95-year-old building. It requires a lot of care and attention, which we've given it during the construction phase. So we're absolutely delighted to be open at this point. We still, need to take a look at there's snagging like everything. I always remember when the Queensferry Crossing opened, and to much, applause, and the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh were present, and then I think it was 2 days later, it had to be shut down for snagging. So that was quite funny.
Yep, absolutely. Obviously, you've got some pretty famous shareholders in the.
I've never heard of them, actually.
Do you expect them to attend T Squared Social anytime soon?
I would hope so. Absolutely. I mean, Tiger and his relationship with St Andrews is a well-documented one. It's a place that he loves. It speaks volumes that the second T Squared Social in the world is in St Andrews, outside of New York. And the entire point, whenever those two walked around a golf course together and said, hey, it'd be a nice idea if we opened a sports bar together, that they went with New York purely from the point of view of like, there's a city with 10 million people. And then they went, let's go to St Andrews after this with 20,000 people. And I think that speaks volumes about the way that this town and is held in their opinion and how much it's valued.
Absolutely. What kind of experience do you expect if someone was to come out for a night out at the social? What kind of experience can you take us through? Absolutely. What that experience would be like?
Absolutely. So given the fact that this was a cinema and a theatre for a very, very long time, you still walk into the concession stand area, and then again, when the cinema is fully up and running, that will be familiar again to people. So you walk past our very long desk that has our soft drinks and then concession items. We also have retail and merchandise available, so that's with the T2 brand, which was very considered and worked upon. And then you come into the beautiful round rotunda, and a lot of the locals have commented that it's like this feels familiar from what it was. And then we have the bar area, which is beautiful space and has 3 interactive darts bays, and that provides plenty of fun, especially when someone decides to put a dart through the monitor, which was an interesting thing to happen within the opening weeks. And then you can make your way down onto the main floor where we're based right now. So we have our 4 sports simulators, We have dining on the floor as well. We have a gigantic screen, which is just the most perfect spot for coming to watch sport or come to watch a movie when the movie kind of warrants the larger space, because we also have the mezzanine, which is, you know, the original cinema seating, and we reupholstered those seats, and they're beautiful and they're comfortable, and I say too tempting to kind of sit in because otherwise I'll just fall asleep. And there's 187 seats up there. So again, my vision is I cannot wait for the Six Nations, because that is going to be the most incredible experience, sitting up there and watching the Calcutta Cup, you know, with full game sound, and everyone can sit and enjoy a comfortable space of their own. And also, you know, imagine the Masters, imagine all of these events. We've had so many inquiries about the Super Bowl, it's hilarious. And then the vault is a different space for private events, and in time we'll be doing locals nights where we love to do maybe a quiz night, comedy night, jazz night. We've got pool table and a poker table up there, so really, really something for everyone.
So we're sat in one of the simulators right now. So is it just golf, or can you do other sports in the simulators as well?
Absolutely, other sports, and again, really family friendly as well. So we've got sport, baseball, basketball. I'm literally reading it behind you. Football, of course, they've written it as soccer. It's not our fault, folks. Full Swing is a Canadian company. And so there's also cricket. I find it quite funny. Our colleagues sent cricket bats. And I was like, I don't think we need those, because no one's bowling to us. It's us bowling into the screen. And my personal favourite is zombie dodgeball. It's absolutely hilarious. It's genuinely such good fun, especially for the children.
So there's really something for everybody.
Absolutely.
And obviously the place is family friendly, so everybody can get involved.
Yep, absolutely. And the kids have been loving it, and parents loving it as a place where their kids can come and expel some of their energy. So again, you know, a great vision for winter is the fact that when the weather's dreary and it's cold outside, you can come, you can sit on one of our beautiful sofas, and we can give you an experience where you can dine and have your drinks and be playing football and basketball, you know, and really, if you're inclined, improve your golf swing.
So you've talked a little bit about the experience you've here, but you've also got the cinema screens. So there are 2 cinema screens, is that correct?
Yep, so we've got a dedicated 65-seater cinema, so that will be running commercially, 2 showings every day, 3 on a Saturday and a Sunday. And then what we have is the very large cinema screen, so of an evening that is mostly showing sport, but like this Sunday, for example, we'll be showing the Liverpool Man United game, full screen cinema, full game sound as well in the whole cinema. So again, we'd encourage people to go up and take a seat in the mezzanine, and they can enjoy the game that way. But also then, when for Wicked 2, for example, I imagine will be a movie that everyone will be very excited to come along to. Will be a night where we run the cinema as a whole. And what we do is we suspend the use of the sports simulators in that case, and then we turn the seats around. We've tested all of this, and it's really beautiful. So these gorgeous, luxurious sofas then are a bit more like an experience that you would have in the likes of the Dominion in Edinburgh. Yep. And forgive me, I can't remember the name of the similar type in Glasgow. I don't want to be exclusive, but it's just
something like the Everyman, or
exactly, yeah.
So you are planning to have new release type films here.
Absolutely,
as well.
Yeah.
So people who remember the cinema as it was will still have a similar experience here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great. And a little bit about the food and drink here. What kind of food will you be serving?
Yeah, we really put a lot of thought into the menu in terms of how does it look when you're trying to play a sports simulator and eat at the same time. Do you really want to be sitting down to a steak? Not particularly, because then you're stuck at your seat. Whereas a smash burger is something that you can take a bite out of, and then you can swing with the other hand. The small snacks and shares that we have, so the tacos or wings, again, it's all pieces that don't require a huge amount of square footage on your table. We've got loaded Philly cheesesteaks, which are going down like gangbusters, and the loaded hot dogs as well. So it's a menu that was very much considered for the way that people would be using the space. You know, the primary aim of this venue is entertainment and fun, and dining is something that we provide as a part of that, because of course it makes sense, but we're not going to be the 101st restaurant in St Andrews. That doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
It's, you know, it's a sports sims, it's a darts, and it's all about fun and entertainment.
Absolutely. And something that everybody wants to know, and something that always comes up on Facebook, is the price of drinks. So what is the price of a pint? How much is the average glass of wine going to cost?
Yeah, so our pints are priced really competitively, £4.50 for your pint of Tennent's.
Right.
Which is fantastic. I would need the menu to look at mine, because I, believe it or not, have not looked at it in a while. But that has been a lovely part of the feedback that we've got, because not only have we priced our drinks competitively, we've priced the games the same. So to rent the Bay, the sports sim, or the darts Monday to Thursday, that's £18.
Okay.
That's for the hour, that's not per person, and that's an incredible price. And then at the weekends we put it up, but again, encouraging people to come as a group and come and enjoy the space. So that's £40 for the sims at the weekend and £25 for the darts. And again, they're interactive darts. You know, there's a multitude of different games that you can play there as well. But that's been a lovely piece of feedback, was that people were delighted by our pricing, both for food and beverage and for the games.
So that's been a very positive thing, has been the pricing.
Definitely.
Always important. And maybe one last question I can ask you, which is about how do you see the T Squared Social integrating into the kind of cultural and social life of St Andrews? It was obviously very popular as a cinema, so how do you see the bar, or the new look and feel of this place, sort of integrating into the social aspect and cultural aspect of St Andrews?
Well, the name's in the title, social. We want this to be a clubhouse. We want this to be a place, again, where families and individuals feel comfortable. They can come down, they can have a sim for an hour or two, and we want to make sure that people know that this is the space that, yeah, I want to come in out of the cold. Especially, I'm always envisaging, you know, the winter element of it, but I want people to make sure that they feel comfortable when they're here, and it's a place that is for them, it's accessible. So we get it a lot whenever people walk in and say, sorry, do we have to pay to be in here? And it's like, absolutely not. Walk in, drinks are just here on your right hand side next to our interactive darts bays. You can come down onto the main floor, enjoy some food, you can sit, you can hang out, and it's just a really lovely space that we want people to enjoy. We appreciate how much the cinema was valued in this town. We understand that there were reservations about how this would look and feel, but I hope that anyone who's come in the period that we've been open, and anyone who comes in the future, will see that a lot of care and attention was given to the building. It's a Grade B listed building, so there were elements that had to be protected anyway, but a lot of people have noted how we've kept some of the paintings and given real detail and thought to make sure that it wasn't wildly different, and I think that's been a lovely surprise as well for people. The point of T Squared Social is that it is a destination for fun and entertainment, but it is not outside the boundaries of St Andrews and the surrounding area. We want to make sure that people from Dundee and co, you know, we're talking like we want to be a part of the community, and hopefully people, whenever they come and they see the space themselves, they chat with the staff, they taste the food, you know, prepared by two men who've been, you know, a part of this community for over a decade, born and bred here. You know, we are really hoping that people get that sense of how much we want this to be for everyone in St Andrews, be it a family, an individual, be it a tourist, be it a student. We want to make sure that there's something that we can provide.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much indeed.
No
Thank you
worries.
for
Thanks
taking
so
the
much.
time, and good luck for the future.
Much appreciated. Thank you so much.